Tamsin rose up through the ranks very quickly and was ultimately selected to represent Australia at the 2016 Rio Paralympic Games. Her achievements to date landed her the incredible opportunity to reignite the cauldron as part of the 20th anniversary of the Sydney Games.
Disability is also one part of it, but I'm so proud to be part of that identity group.
Tamsin Colley, first major championship, only turned 14 years old last Saturday, 2 days ago.
Growing up with a disability, you kind of have to have a lot of resilience because people can sometimes unintentionally exclude you from things and you just have to keep going.
Colley looking to move up for Australia.
Hey everyone, Jamie here. Welcome to Flame Bearers Unedited, a brand new series bringing to you largely unedited conversation. We heard you loud and clear. You want to hear more stories of more elite women athletes from around the world. So we're going to deliver. In Unedited, we're going to bring you completely unfiltered conversations. We hit start, we have our conversation, we hit end. What we're going to see, though, is slightly different because we're not going to have all the traditional bells and whistles that you're used to in Flame Bearers production. So let's jump in.
Hi, I'm Tamsin Colley. I'm drawing from Sydney, Australia, and I do para-athletics and cerebral palsy football.
Tamsin, how did you get into sport when you were younger?
I was born with a brain tumor in my cerebellum, which was surgically removed as a baby. So it left me with ataxic cerebral palsy, which is the disability I compete in para-sport under. And then I was introduced into disability sport at around age 6 as mainly for rehabilitation purposes. And I attended a disability athletics carnival in 2008 and later also tried swimming, athletics, swimming, cross country and football. But the football wasn't specifically catered to people with CP, so I decided to focus on individual sports where there was more of a pathway for me.
You got into sports as a form of rehabilitation. Tell us about that. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was good. I used a wheelchair walker until I was 5 years old. And my mom had a physio background, so was always looking for opportunities to keep me on my feet and improve my rehab. So she found disability athletics and thought I should give it a go.
That is so incredible. And I know that within Australia, you mentioned that you were one of the youngest people at the last games. Is that correct? Share what you shared with me.
Yeah, it was amazing. I still hold the title of the youngest ever Australian track and field Paralympian. So I had interviews with the oldest Australian Paralympian and met the Governor General of Australia, which was really cool.
What does it mean to you to be a woman athlete?
Yeah, it means a lot. As well as being a para-athlete, I'm proud to be a female athlete and recognize how much harder it has been to succeed with both of those two identities. And I also recognize that privilege being in the sporting world at the time where you don't have to fight as much for just the right to play sport. There is still some way to go and some advocacy I do, especially getting para events included in local competitions, but it's definitely improving, which is so good to see.
Talk to us more about that. So you said we still have kind of a long way to go. I completely agree. What are some of the challenges that you face specifically in para sport?
Especially in Australia, some events, they are more focused on able-bodied athletes, and as a para-athlete, it can be disheartening to compete in the able-bodied events and always come last. So it really helps me having para events you can succeed in and stuff. So I'm always advocating for more opportunities in that role.
Tamsin, I realized you used the word able-bodied. There seems to be a wide range of words used in the community. So what are the words that you use in regards to ability or disability, and why do you use them, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I agree. It can be confusing, the language. There's so many different points, but I've had people say many things to me, different words used to describe, and you don't have a disability or just differently able, but I don't really mind because most of the time the attention is good. So I usually, when referring to my sport, I just say para sport or disability sport. Yeah, I really like the word para usually means parallel to like able-bodied sport and stuff, which is a really good thing to have. Yeah, and I just say able-bodied sometimes to refer to normal sport, even though it's not normal, but like, yeah, I'm happy to call it whatever people want.
One of the things that we often talk to athletes about is the theme of resilience. So what does resilience mean to you, and how is it manifested throughout your career as an athlete?
So resilience is, yeah, so important as an athlete and also as someone with a disability. Like growing up with a disability, you kind of have to have a lot of resilience because people can sometimes unintentionally like be mean to you or exclude you from things, and you just have to keep going. And yeah, that might be part of the reason why people with disabilities sometimes succeed in sport, because yeah, athletes always face setbacks, but for us it's just part of our everyday life and you have to deal with it. Example of how I showed resilience, like for actually at the Paralympics, I competed in T36 200 for athletes with cerebral palsy, but I unfortunately fell over like 20 meters before the line, which is quite common for cerebral palsy athletes because our brain and bodies don't sometimes communicate. But yeah, I quickly picked myself up into this race, which was little did I know, but it was a sign of resilience that is core to the Paralympic movement and sport in general.
I'm sorry that you fell down, but incredible that you were able to get back up and finish the race. That's really, really important.
Paralympics and Olympics even is like the highest level of sport you can get to. And people sometimes say Paralympics is a just participation event and stuff, but that's not true because yeah, like when someone gets a disability, they can say, oh, what's your Paralympic sport? But you wouldn't say that to an able-bodied person, what's your Olympic sport? So, but yeah, it's just a chance of a lifetime, so enjoy it and good luck.
You mentioned some of the things people say to Paralympic athletes. Are there other areas or things that you've been told that you feel like are miscovered or undercovered or misunderstood in regards to being a para-athlete?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, how the word para refers to parallel. Like some people think it might refer to like being paraplegic, and like at first the Paralympics was invented for people like in wheelchairs and stuff, but it's been great that it's expanded. And yeah, the word parallel to the Olympics just is a really special and good way of looking at it. Another aspect of not actually being a para-athlete, but having a disability, like people can think you can't succeed in other areas as well. Like I have had people exclude me from the selected stream in school and think I can't succeed academically because I have the disability. But yeah, luckily myself and my whole family advocated and I was able to get that and graduated with like a 90+ score in school, which was really impressive thing.
That is so impressive. I'm really sorry that you've had to deal with all of that. And I hope that I can play a small part in elevating your voice. So hopefully more people can hear your story, but then also other athletes with disabilities or other people with disabilities are not treated in that same way.
Yeah, thanks.
Any last words? Anything that you want to say to people or that you feel like is important for people to know about you that we haven't covered yet?
I would say about treating people with disability like as the same as everyone else. Like it's not just like the Paralympics is just a small part of my identity. I'm also like I like knitting. I have a provisional driver's license and I go to uni like everyone else would, and I live a pretty full life. So yeah, it's just disability is also one part of it, but I'm so proud to be part of that identity group.
Thanks for tuning in to Flame Bearers Unedited. If you like what you're hearing, please leave us a positive review on your favorite podcasting platform or YouTube. If you want to see more behind the scenes coverage, follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, whatever platform you're on, we're there too. Thanks, and we'll catch you on our next episode.